Hello everybody and welcome to a new video and welcome to something that is on everybody's minds when and I think about this more and more and more as I grow older and want to settle down one day and have children. The idea of free range kids. Now, technically we were free range. Like I was free range, my siblings were free range. In a sense, if you've seen my here, I can just go to uh, maps here and show this off again. Um, Google.ca maps. Okay, so if I can find it here, I'm partially not doing the best here. But I decided to make another video. We just got, if you're wondering what day this is after we just did, me and Austin just did like the whole entire Left 4 Dead 1. So I'm kind of like parched here but I thought, hey, I need more content because I'm a fucking whore for the views there. Uh, so, I have to use this because I have like 3 YouTube videos up here. In game. Okay. So where is it? Google. Not there. Fuck me. Where is it? Gateway. Rothsay. Uh, Princess Mark. No, it's not Rothsay. It's Roach, isn't it? Roach. Yeah. I lived on Roach before. Yeah, I'm not doing best here. Okay, it's right here. I think Prince Edward School. I think it's right there. Prince Edward. Okay, it's right here, right? I don't remember my own street. That's how fucked up I am. Yeah, right here. So, in this area, we used to live in these apartments. If you haven't seen my history or family history, the 2 videos I made on basically, I lived in one of these 2 buildings. I don't remember which one. But literally, I think it was the first one. I'm not sure. But these are very small for what I've known now. Well, actually, my building right now is smaller. It's only four apartments. This is one. Probably 3. Uh, we lived in a bigger, like on the side view. So probably well, this might even be less than what I was expecting to here. Because if you guys didn't know, in my here, you literally have to have a window in every room except for the bathroom. So yeah, I think these are. I think there's one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, in the side view, and then the back side too. So there is 6, 6 and 6. So there's 12 in each building here, which is extremely small because if you haven't seen where my Opa lived, I can go back here. My Opa lived in a apartment with, I think it was like 32 floors or something silly like that. And literally there was, yeah, this is where my Opa used to live on the backside though. So there's each balcony was how many people in this one building. That the building, this building that he lived in included this too. So, one, two, three, four, five, six. So six and six, and then all these, all these, and then this is the third building that they just recently built out, just around the time when my Opa passed. I think this is even up to really up to date too. I think the, so if I go see the other places that I've seen in the past. So this one was a smaller building. This is where my Opa's girlfriend used to live. I don't know if she's still around. I hear nothing. And then the if I go here, can I pick pick up my go right here? Can I see the massive? Yeah. So this is way more in this building, and you can actually see it's a newer building by how small like the balconies are and everything. So that's what I'm used to. But back where we were here on Roach, um, where is it? Right there, right where it curves. I have to remember. Well, I don't technically have to remember that because I never. I'm gonna live there again probably. Where is it? Over it. This actually looks like a 2 lane back lane almost road because of how beat up the road is and how close the houses are to the actual road. It looks like it looks different in real life. Well, I haven't been there in a while either because I used to take piano lessons at the end of the street. But um, yeah, I used to like I say, if you haven't seen the video where I talk about wherever I've been, see, and this looks like a back lane because it's literally pothole mania here. Because our streets are terrible in Manitoba. But I used to bike around this area here, which I got in trouble many times for doing. But we were free range, uh, especially where my parents used to, or where we moved to out in the country where my parents used to live. Which I may or may not have shown many times over. Like we would go up to we would get we would get coupons in the mail back then for 7-Eleven or from school, one of the two. If I even went to school back then, I don't remember anything. But literally, we would go up to here and get donuts and the slushy. We were fat bastards as kids. Well, I say that, but I was extremely skinny as fuck. But you know, so basically, we were free range in the neighborhood. We couldn't leave the neighborhood. So the farthest I've ever gone when I was this age in this area was the 7-Eleven, which was just down the street. My parents knew kind of where I was going because I would literally have to walk in every time. And this is with a tricycle. I would bike up and down the streets. And neighborhood watch. Can we actually see if there's neighborhood watch kicking around here? I don't know, like how far Canada posting. Yeah. I don't know how far neighborhood watch actually went. Like I don't know where their jurisdictions beginning and end. Oh crap! We can actually go down back lanes now. This is literally what a back lane looks like here. Like a real back lane, not just ones that look like what back lanes usually are uh, in other cities. This is what a back lane looks like in the fucking bullshit that we call um Winnipeg. It literally can. Some houses are nicer than others. Some look like crack dens and whatever else. Um, I act and then someone that we know lived over here in the little. I think it's even smaller than this, and I think the rent was very cheap. That's why he did it. But anyway, so also another free range thing that we did as kids was where's the right here? Yeah, done with school. I call him out too many times. Well, not calling out, but I shout him out too many times for my liking. Even though that was the best. That's the only education I technically have is at elementary school. But literally, we would walk, or I would run away from school because even though I learned that this is the best schooling I've ever had. We would literally walk all the way down here. Sometimes my parents would pick me up on either side of this street here. But we would literally walk from kindergarten, a little bit of kindergarten to, because I had 2 years of kindergarten because fuck my life. Um, but literally we would walk all the way down here, or when there's a fire drill that required us to leave the school premises, we would walk all the way down here too. That's right here where we would have to meet. Basically, this I don't know church community hall. I don't remember what it is. Does it actually say? Yeah, it looks like it's church, Holy Redeemer Church. I don't give a damn. And I literally walk all the way down here, and a lot of kids walked home because a lot of kids actually walked or lived around here. This is where I could have gone. This school coming up here on the this one, and then the next one beside it. But we would literally walk all the way down here. I've been actually chased by staff from elementary down here. Because fuck me, right? Because they thought I would get in trouble, or someone would get me or something, which was not true. This building had a paint job. It looks like okay. So we would walk down here. This parking lot coming up here, we'd cross through, even though it's changed and it's up to date. So this is where basically Chief is it was running along this way now. But Chief literally used to be just the bridge. It was just the bridge, Chief Chief Pegworth's Trail Bridge. But they added a lot since then. So we would go through the parking lot. This has all changed. Superstore or not superstore. So Safeway and Zellers used to be facing us along this wall basically, but now they changed everything here. Everything on this side, except for Timmy's, stayed the same. Like Timmy's is a new establishment too. They don't have the most recent. Oh, there now they have the old building. So this is what it used to look like. So we would literally cross over there, but I would actually be walking on the sidewalk because I didn't trust the parking lot. I was taught not to trust the parking lot. But yeah, we got a lot of shit from Zellers, and this mall was failing because when my parents were younger, uh, there was actually like hairdressers and stuff in here. After a while, it was just Safeway, and then Safeway closed down too. One, whatever it's called. McDonald's has been there since the very beginning, pretty much. It looks like. Um, and well, does it? Yeah, it's now back to. There's literally, I think Domo's gone now, isn't it? I don't remember. Or this part of the parking lot's gone. I don't remember. There's now a Popeyes in this strip mall somewhere. Wonder if it will show itself at all. No. Okay. So we would actually cross. This is Henderson Highway. This is an actual highway that you drive. I want to say 60 miles per hour through here, even though people drive much slower because they're fucking tards. And then we would go all the way down here. I showed this, I think, in here. There's many water main breaks down here. But we literally walk down here, and this area has changed a lot too. Like I say, there's the new building coming up in Wellham's Lane there, or down Wellham's Lane, where we are kind of on the map right now. A lot of this fencing has changed. For example, Appleton. Where's Appleton? Appleton's back here, right here, I think. This is Appleton. Yeah, right at this corner, there's many water main breaks because if it freeze, you don't know what a water main break is. Basically, the pipe's freezing under the land. And then literally right here is basically creek or something. Creek bed. Yeah. So there's all this creek here, and then go here. There's literally a drop there. So we were pretty much free range here. 17 minutes. This bus stop wasn't here. We would actually go get choke cherries. Choke cherries are just sour berries that we can actually eat, but also birds eat it. So after a while, we weren't able to eat them anymore. Because I think there was a notice in the apartment saying don't eat the choke cherries. But yeah, and then we would walk all the way up to the front door here, just over here somewhere. But anyway, let's go to an ABC News article about free-range children, which I don't think is a bad thing because they need to learn how to be on their own. But also, I would be very protective of my children. I would be like the protective father kind of thing.
And arithmetic. Those are the core lessons many of us remember from our school days. And while discipline in class wasn't always fun, for the vast majority it was never an option. But now a surprising number of parents are opting out of that educational norm altogether. Instead, they've decided to cater directly to their child's interests, whatever they may be, as Juju Chang now reports.
It's a common morning ritual, hustling the kids to get ready for school.
Are you guys getting hungry?
And parents for work. But as the school bus doors close, the
That kid's too old to be lifted up like that.
Martin family isn't on it.
Want to go out and see the baby bunnies? Did you check on their food today?
The 4 Martin children, ages 11, 8, 5, and 2, simply don't go to school. Never have.
Hey, this is not what I was talking about, but then again, this is kind of a tangent then.
They aren't homeschooled either. Instead, they're what's called unschooled.
Yeah, this is kind of what I'm gonna do with my kids. Because fuck the school division, fuck anything to do with school, because kids should just be kids at their age. They shouldn't have to worry about, like, math can be taught at any time, and if you need math, go right ahead. But kids should just be kids, and there's always calculators. Even bankers and lawyers and stuff use the tools that are provided, like, or accountants all use, bankers and accountants and anything use calculators. They don't need fucking math anymore. They need to know how to use the calculator in the right way to do that, which we taught at any time, like I say. These kids are probably between the ages of 1 and 12, let's say. Let them be kids. I always say. Anyways, this is not what I was talking about. I was talking about being able to go be free and do whatever pretty much you want, still letting your parents know. And cell phones are now, okay, webcam here. Webcam talk. Cell phones are now available. Give your kid a cell phone regardless of their age. I don't care. Like, kids can learn anything on the phone. I don't care if my kids watch porn or look up things. They're learning. And let them know what the real world is like. But school is not real world. School's a made up thing that the government forces people to do, and good on these parents, for example, for doing that. But being able to, like I say, go biking around the neighborhood and not actually worrying about anything. Like, I'm gonna probably live out in the country with a family. So let them go down to the local general store in town, because we literally biked 2.5 miles to a general store to go get candy whenever we got allowance, because that was what we were into, is candy. My childhood was fucking rough. But going to school is fucking shit, and I good on these people, but that's not what I was wanting to do today. But I didn't review this video beforehand, so this is what we're gonna. I have another tab open here that I could probably find another bit of info on the topic that I wanted to talk about. Let's watch this, because this is actually what I want to do with
Picture
my
like without
parenting.
school, so maybe a weekend. We wake up and we have breakfast and we just start pursuing what we're interested in doing.
Mom Dana Martin doesn't think her kids need to go to school to learn their ABCs.
Yep.
Doesn't a child need to know who George Washington and FDR and JFK were?
No.
I don't know. Do you think they do? Do you think it's necessary?
Your mom lets you kind of read and study whatever you want? What about like math?
That's a cool dude right here. That's a cool dude. I shouldn't assume genders, but you know.
You want? What about like math? Does she ever force you to do math?
No, not really.
Unschooling is radical enough, but radical unschooling extends the laissez-faire philosophy to parenting. Meals, for example, are up to the kids.
Pasta with peanut butter sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have to try some.
Whatever they want, as long as it's in the house.
And so because we don't punish, we don't use the term rules, but we have a rhythm to our day.
Dad Joe works from home building wooden toy sets. In this home, there's no bedtime, no alarm clocks in the morning, so 11-year-old Devin often stays up past midnight.
Yay!
Up until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Sometimes. And I'm so happy that he does and that he has that time to himself. He can have a nice 3-4 hours with Joe or just me.
Fighting again.
What time do you usually wake up?
Around 10.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's the same amount of sleep.
That's literally what my friends do as an adult. So why can't we do it as kids? By the way, you saw that, right? Is he wanting to play or something? Oh. Okay. Whatever. Anyways, that's actually really cool. I'm not going to watch any more of this because I agree fully, yeah. But, let's go quickly over here. Well, I might watch that later. there's nothing about free range. Okay, I do want to talk about this. So, free range children. I heard this on the I was listening to the radio one day, and I was watching something, and people were talking about something similar, and then my mind went to this. So I'm gonna put it on webcam because I don't think I'm gonna find anything on this. Uh, Tell me in the comments below, because I actually read the comments and I actually respond to most of them. What's your take on letting your kids, besides like not going to school, being able to stay up as long as you want? That's one aspect of being free range. But I mean, like being able to go out and like be unsupervised, like teaching your kids more of the independence than always babying them, because it's fascinating to me, because I'm actually thinking about I'm hoping one day soon I get to start a family, and because I think you can learn so much from kids, and being able to plan their own meals and actually helping with the cooking and baking and whatever. I mean, like, feed off the counter because hygiene and all that. But besides hygiene, besides all that, what do you think about like letting your kids be independent, going down to the grocery store, like saying to your 11-year-old, can you go pick? Here's some cash. Can you go pick up some milk and bread or something like that? Because those are the essentials, or whatever. Like, what do you think about that? Like that seems fascinating to me. Like, um, I know like no one's gonna talk about the aspect of being able to go out and do things by yourself. School is basically by yourself, which is fucking stupid, because it's not a healthy environment for school and being part of the school division, or school, being in school in general. But like I could, like, I have so many books and stuff that I could teach them about anything in general anyway. And don't get me wrong, I love to be able to teach kids, and mostly my own, because I get to basically say what they can and can't do, and can and can't learn and everything. But I agree with this lady that, and I think that school is actually very harmful to kids, and basically I don't agree with school either. I know it is forced, and homeschooling is it's either regular schooling or homeschooling is forced in my area. But I if I ever get to have the opportunity to, I'm gonna bring up this video, and I know it's down in the States, because no discipline, no school discipline or bedtime. Like, I want the kids to my kids to be able to have that freedom, because I never did, and I hated, like, like when I got older, I would actually go to bed earlier, because, and now I kind of have I kind of stay up as long as I want anyway, because I'm on my own. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can literally drink. I can literally do whatever I want, eat whatever I want. But kids can, like, for food, like they were saying, peanut butter sauce on noodles. That is weird to us, but kids have kids have a very imaginative, like creative mind, and I lost all my creativity because of my fucking school education. Like I could be doing way better here on with creativity on YouTube here, but then again, I'm fucked royally in every way, even getting a job and anything you can think of, thanks to school division, doctors, fuck whatever. It all started with the doctors at the age of 3, you know. But actually, let's continue watching. I'm actually.
So while kids everywhere are studying history
In the summer of 1765,
and geography,
Bering Strait.
the Martin kids are free to pursue their own intellectual curiosity. Devon's baking projects involve measurements and creativity.
About 8 to 6 cups of flour.
I just personally don't believe in that humans learn best when they're trying to learn something that somebody else is telling them to.
While they aren't always idle, there are no tests, no homework, no lesson plans. If you're wondering, unschooling is legal because it falls under the guidelines of homeschoolers, so the regulations vary from state to
Thank
state.
you!
Dana says her children have learned reading and math without formal instruction, but when we asked 11-year-old
That's okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna test my 2 children. Fuck you guys. Fuck you, government for forcing us to test our children if they're homeschooled. Literally, this 11-year-old boy here, I think he said boy, or she said boy, right? I'm trying to say is 2020 PG. Everything is possible. But this 11-year-old kid knows how to cook and bake because he follows a recipe, and because they show them what measuring cups are, measuring spoons, measuring everything, and he can actually fucking read, and they teach him math and stuff without actually. I want to know if unschool, what is it called, unschooling?
Devon a basic multiplication question, he stumbled.
It permeates our culture that this is about, working hard, getting to the next step.
Sometimes they'll ask me, how do your kids learn if they're having fun all day? Like they so don't equate learning with
Yes. Let's continue here just for a second.
fun.
Right, so how do your kids learn if they're just having fun?
Whatever they're interested in, I try to bring as much of that into their life as possible with as many resources as possible.
Right on.
We followed the Martins on a rainy day in Madison, New Hampshire to see how this learning through osmosis works. They went on a field trip. First stop, the Weather Discovery Center. A lot of fun, but not always easy for Dana to make her point.
It says wind is caused when air flows from an area of high pressure to an area of low pressure.
So what did you learn?
I learned not to stand on top of a mountain.
At the rock shop,
How much is it? How much is it?
You're going to do that.
the store owner quizzes them.
Remember what it does?
The response?
How do you see your kids' future lives playing out? High school, college age, beyond.
I don't really necessarily project, I just want them to be happy.
But I'm stunned that you've never thought about what kind of jobs your kids would end up.
Well, I don't know. Does anybody know? Do you know? Can you picture what kind of jobs your kids would have?
My son wants to be the Yankee third baseman, so right now it's a little off.
Perhaps not the best long-term plan.
Yep.
Dana, though, has become a leader in the growing radical unschooling movement through YouTube videos.
True learning comes from the internal drive, the need for
Unschooling. Okay, I hope that they what is their channel called? I'm gonna go shout them out. What is it called? Dana like spelling here. What is it? Dana. Okay. Something I don't want to mess up her name here. Oh, even Dr. Phil has even talked to the Dr. Phil, the asshole. Unschooling, yeah. They're gonna copyright me, but I'm already
Just because we
copyrighted.
don't punish our kids. I think punishing models meanness and it's cruel, and I don't think it's necessary at all. I don't punish my husband. I don't punish my kids. I don't believe in punishing anybody that I care about.
I don't think we're talking about punishment. I think we're talking about structure and guidance.
Boundaries.
Okay, she actually went on here. Here's an actual Dr. Phil. I recognize the background. Ben, your quality sucks, Dr. Phil. Like, the only time I'm gonna show a Dr. Phil piece of shit because Dr. Phil's a fucking cunt. Anyway, I'm gonna be on his show just for saying that, aren't I? I'm never gonna go to his show. Fuck that.
No assigned books, no test school. But imagine this, no school, no curriculum, no assigned books, no tests, no grades, no structure. Sounds like a child's wildest dream, right? But it's real, and it's called unschooling. It's an educational philosophy in which kids choose what they want to learn. Now, my first guest, Dana, calls her family radical.
Hold on. I'm gonna go back to it right away. Let's go to an unencrypted window here. I don't want to get in trouble with is unschooling legal. I don't know how to spell legal, so legal in man fuck man oh man. Okay. In Canada, but Canada doesn't run the school systems. It's like the individual provinces. Let's go to. We had to take this with a grain of salt because it's the Winnipeg fucking Free Press. Unschooling is in more and more families are pulling their kids out of school, out of conventional school, and that's not necessarily because of Bill 18. Okay, so there's a fucking bill out for it, and there's no info on it. Why? Like I say, take it with a grain of salt. It's fucking Free Press, so they don't say shit about shit. Okay. Look here. Unschooling. Okay. Our version is choice of learners. Pause the video and read as you will here. So there's an actual movement to do this. I don't know if it's legal or if they're trying to get it legal. I should probably read this mission statement but literally all I would have to do is actually do things with my kids, which I do nothing according to the government and according to real life bullshit. So this will be easy for me because literally I could just document it and also get money for showing what I do with my kids. Like this is just right up my alley because I'm already an influencer online. And I don't believe in disciplining or anything either. So this is fucking great because I got so many fucking spankings. And even in school, I got spankings with the metal hook belt.
Unschoolers. She says they live life as though school doesn't even exist.
Okay, that's fucking great. I don't want to promote Dr. Phil anymore.
She's even written a book. There are an estimated 150,000 unschooled families nationwide.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Dana.
Dana, who teaches childbirthing classes from home part-time, even gets paid to go into other people's homes as the unnanny, as opposed to the super strict disciplinarian on the TV.
Oh, this fucking cunt! I'm gonna probably get sued for saying that too because she is. Anyway.
You will go straight to your room for that behavior right now.
Like, what kinds of things do you like to do?
I said a lot of things about her already, so I don't think she actually cares. I actually did, but literally, let kids be kids. Don't punish them because they just don't know the difference. They'll learn that eventually. You don't need to actually spank them or send them to your room or anything. I hate Super Nanny. That ruined my childhood because literally my parents tried some of the techniques on that show. They also tried 1, 2, 3 Magic, which I still have the tape, which I'm gonna burn soon. Or Total Transformation. That's all bullshit. Anything that talks about how to parent is all bullshit. It's through experience. And this lady, Dana Martins, I think her name was, right?
Play.
Knows what she's doing. This lady knows parenting 101 basically.
That's the most important job you have right now at your age.
Massachusetts mom Erica Berg homeschools and is trying to ditch the textbooks and try unschooling.
Most of the struggle is myself and trying to figure out how to let go of what my idea of school is.
And the mother of 3 boys is full of questions.
What if they really do need algebra and I don't teach them algebra? So
They don't need any of that shit. Look at me. Literally, I'm not big yet. But when I am, I'll be well off. And soon we won't even need people being in those high-level jobs or as many of them going for those high-level jobs because the future is coming. It's 2020. We do not need as many doctors, any of these things because literally, if you want your child to be big, get them into YouTube, Twitch, whatever. And if you're also an influencer online, promote them. Do things play video games with them, and record it, and tell them, hey, go check out their channel as well. I don't even like that there's a age 13 different on the internet, but there is. That's technically when they think you're an adult. But I would say, get your kids into this. Get your kids into this. They can make a lot of money. They can be well off. If I go to people I talk about all the time, like my mic audio, I always go to PewDiePie. Or Jacksepticeye or any of these guys. They don't have to pull out loans. They don't have to pull out mortgages. They can buy whatever the shit they want within reason. And like Mark bought a fucking Tesla. Markiplier bought a fucking Tesla. He owns his own house. He doesn't pay mortgage. He doesn't. You still have to declare your income. I don't think you have to pay anything in taxes though, but you just have to declare. If I'm got that correct, I don't make any money yet, so I don't know. Also, go check me out down below on Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, Instagram, Snapchat. Even though I don't do Snapchat as often. It's actually really weird. Someone wants to play with me. I don't know who. But anyways, who is online right now? Why are we? Who is trying to get a hold of me here? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue
So the fears
on.
that you have are so normal.
Okay.
And algebra is not something everybody on earth needs to know.
Exactly.
This life is about honoring the fact that we're not all put on the earth.
School is there basically to teach you everything. You don't need everything. You're absolutely destroying your kids by sending them to school. Unschooling is where it's at. I agree with this lady totally. There's Lego over the floor. The only way that they're going to learn is if they accidentally step on a single Lego. And even then, you can build up an immunity, and kids have very strong feet at their age. At these kids' age, they have very, very strong feet where they can walk on Lego. They can basically walk on the gravel driveway because their feet seem to not feel pain in their feet, for example. Yeah, that's like that lady looks like she's stepping on Lego there, and she's probably in pain. I don't know what's going on there, but like, yeah, kids, you can learn so much from kids. That's what schools don't take into effect. That's why I'll never send my kids to school. I'll never do any schooling per se. I'll teach them basic math up to multiplication, not even division, because you don't even need division. And I'll teach them basic of reading and all this because, okay, my Oma homeschooled us too. Like I was in both homeschooling and regular school. I'd rather have done the homeschooling because she never actually tested us on anything government wise. Like she tested us on just do we know what she was teaching us. She didn't test us on like can you apply it kind of thing. Practice makes perfect. Now, like I say, I'll probably teach them like basic math, like plus, minus, or adding, subtracting, and multiplying, because that's what, or maybe a little bit dividing in cooking, for example, or whatever, but never to the point of screwing up my kids' creativity and everything else, which school's done for me. That's why I'm a fucking alcoholic here, and I have a big thing of vodka and beer and everything, and I'm technically not supposed to have all this living in this apartment, but shush.
Shut the fuck up!
Who's live on Twitch now? Are you kidding me? I'm trying to do a video here. I'll deal with that later.
Earth to do the same thing in life. Just connecting and being present in the now. They're so into it.
It's one thing to follow your child's lead in learning, but what about discipline?
You can stay in the backyard and use this hammock while we're here, okay? Please.
4-year-old Henry wants to go play on the blue hammock in the front yard. At first, his mom forbids him. But then Dana intervenes, saying the no could easily be a yes.
Why can't he go on the blue hammock? We can just as easily move on over here and still have everyone's needs met.
No, that's perfect.
He has, so yeah, let's do it.
All right.
In your mind, what was the most interesting?
Right on!
One of the things
I
I'd love
shouldn't
to
be
do is
too
hear
loud here.
how a child feels if a parent isn't necessarily seeing that.
Because he has a real need for going in it, and his needs are just as valid as ours.
Right.
But the kids say what they need is a whole bag of cookies.
Mommy, how many can we have these?
I don't know, 3 or 4. We're all set with the cookies, okay?
Dana encourages Erica to try letting her kids have it their way.
You know, when you set up things with limits, you're setting up a scenario of kids sneaking things.
Yep.
I don't know if that's ever happened.
Oh, yeah.
Erica isn't quite sure.
I just feel like if they ate the whole bag of cookies, they're off the wall.
Dad, not always. Shut up! Is he sending me I'm recording right now. Fuck off. Okay. If you say no to your kids, you're just gonna end up stealing. Like, they ask for $5 and you don't give them any, they'll take double. Like, I had a sibling that did that. I didn't. I was more or less asking, and they mostly said yes. When they didn't, I didn't go and steal because I'm a perfect little angel anyway. But yeah, like even snacks. Like, I was more of the snack thief. I would. You say no to having a whole bag of cookies, I would go take the whole bag of cookies. Or if someone said no to me for taking 2, or wanting to have 2 cookies or a whole row or whatever, I'd just take the whole bag. And yeah, he's probably inviting me to play Roblox. I don't want to play Roblox.
I think that's something that's going to take me a while to work on and
see, literally in the background there, a kid's crawling up on the counter and stealing anyway.
take me a while to work on and feel okay about it.
See, if they ask, I always want my kids to ask. That's all I ask. Just ask me. You're fine. I'll always say yes, because I cannot say no to kids, because I have a big heart, which gets me into so much trouble usually. But this girl has it where it's at, and I would never go on Dr. Phil with it for the life of me. I don't know why she would, because Dr. Phil would probably just berated her and told her that she was wrong in doing that, because he's a fucking asshole anyway.
You're doing awesome.
Thank you.
Back at the Martin household, Devin's baking project passes the test.
Do you ever wonder, like, gee, I wonder if I could go to school too?
Well, I could if I wanted to.
But you don't want to.
No, not really. Because I like being free and doing whatever I want.
What about
Thank
when
you.
learning gets more sophisticated? How do you expose them to Shakespeare or Twain or Henry James? You know, how do you teach them the great works and the great historians?
Okay. This news reporter is crazy here. Let me explain why. Shakespeare, anything he wrote was so fucking negative, which fucked me up, because I had nightmares when they taught me Macbeth, or learning about history fucking gave me nightmares at that age. And now I'm trying to, like, fix myself. Okay, tangent here. Well, it'll probably pertain to what I'm saying right after this. There's like a couple seconds left here.
Historians, if you can't get them to sit down and learn.
Well, I think a lot of people might value that more than others. I honestly don't remember. Yes, although I know their names, I don't remember the details of what I learned in school about the historians, for example.
Was that good like that?
Details her children may never have the chance to forget. For Nightline, this is Juju Chang in Madison, New Hampshire.
Yeah, this was on Nightline ABC. Okay. So something, if you didn't see it already, when I went to here, I listen to binaural beats now. And I do a binaural beats therapy. So literally, I will at nighttime I'll do like deep sleep or lucid dreaming or something like deep sleep. Here we go. And you can see I already watched or partially one of the or listened to one of the just having this in your room or anxiety relief or just basically any of this therapy, anything that could be negative or you need help on, like lucid dreaming, which your kids will need to learn because if they don't because I'm 20, I'm literally 22. Regardless of what one of my videos say that I'm mentally 33. I'm actually 22 right now. Am I 20? Yeah, I'm 22. But literally, like, lucid dreaming fucks me up now because I never learned it as a kid. I never had that chance to go through the fucking up of lucid dreaming. So most nights I'll do like deep sleep. In the morning I do focus or something. While I'm doing something, like if I just go binaural beats, there's literally a list of shit that you can sleep healing. Like if there's healing, like focus, meditation, anything negative that can be turned into a positive. Like I think there's one about being happy. If you're angry, happiness, happy focus, like anything that is a positive or is a negative that could be turned into a positive, just relaxation, focus, hyper focus, like basically anything good. I do these all the time. I got introduced to them by a complete asshole, but I still like these because it's better than hypnosis. Let's just say that because as you guys know, most of you know, I've done a video on hypnosis is fake. These are better. I like these. Like they give me the get up and go. And the science behind, let's go here, since I already have the science behind set up here. The science behind them is basically the sounds of binaural beats, or of the beats. Train your brain to be able to focus or whatever. This guy David and Steve Gordon did a project on it. This communication results in partially guiding your mental activity. So basically, I don't know what to search. Like I'm terrible with the search engine, but literally, like the different sounds made by these binaural beats train your brain to do wonders here. If I get big enough and someone will actually want to do this, I'm okay with being the test subject of binaural beats and the effects on the brain with binaural beats. Any one of these or any binaural beats, I will do a testing on. If I had the opportunity, I will actually want to do this, and I would literally allow them to document it any way that they want to, by video or by anything. Like I will be okay with that because I'm behind binaural beats all the way. I love it. If anyone out there who watches this video in the future, because I don't get very many views now, but if you see this in the future, and I will make a dedicated video to this. If well, I will. There's no ifs, ands, about it. I will make a video on binaural beats, and I would love for them to document it. I want to do this. I support binaural beats. Any scientist, even if it's Gordon or Stephen David Gordon here, who does the test on me and does like a, I don't know what it would be, a CAT scan or whatever of my brain while I'm listening to this and doing or X-rays or whatever, while I'm doing and while I'm focusing on one thing, if it's the focus one or whatever they decide to do with it, I will be 100% there for the test, being the test subject for that. I love binaural beats. I want to prove to everybody this is better than anything that you can ever do, because this is binaural beats is awesome. It helps me, like, I do the focus one while I'm doing I'm getting things ready for in video games for live streams or something like Minecraft or something. I get all set up and just listen to the total focus one and the hyper focus or whatever, and I can actually get it done, and I go into a trance and just get a whole bunch of shit done, and then I'm able to actually get out of it when I actually want to get out of it. Otherwise, if I don't want to get out of it, I just keep right on going. I get so much work done. I'm not complaining about it. It's just laser focus. It's awesome. I love it. Even sleeping, I cannot, like the dreaming thing here. Lucid dreaming, I can actually lucid dream which I never could growing up. I could never lucid dream, ever. I didn't know even how to do that, and these actually helped. These are awesome. I will support these all the way. I will like these. Also, go to my liked videos here on the side. You will start seeing more of these now. Right now it's just all these weird things that I watch. Why did I like this one? Whatever. A lot of videos got deleted because a lot of people had old videos. And a lot of these are just like people asking me to like them. But you'll start seeing more of that. I don't know. Why did I like this guy? I need to go through and on like. Did I just see? What the fuck is that? And why the fuck did I like that? Where was it? What the fuck? Donald Trump and Roblox. Buzz! Fuck off! I think that's a BuzzFeed thing. I don't know why. I used to watch BuzzFeed. And fuck it. Anyways, I'm going to leave this episode here. And a fucking hour? Jesus Christ. I talk a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!